All righty. Okay, we're on. Welcome to our first team call of 2019. I'm so excited. So many stuff to kind of go over, but really going to make this very simple and not go too much. Definitely, if you have any questions, say something, chime in. The leaders that we've been working together, there's something I missed, please say your part. But really, what I wanted to kind of go over is, really focusing on like the things that were talked about at Super Saturday, if you went there, like a recap, kind of going over Team Cup, the Success Club trip, what that all means, Summit, if we're pushing for rank advancement to be recognized in Summit, what those days are, what else? Talking about, with the trip for 2020, the good promotional tool that we can use, and why Team Cup and registering for Summit and how cool that is. And then really the last thing I just want to talk about, really going back to the basics and kind of the stuff that we heard from Ashley Molstead, and even from like the lunch that we had. Me and Shannon decided to skip the workout and go have margaritas, but it was good because it was like we got to be around, kind of like brainstorm and just kind of like talk and mastermind about the business with Dara and Emma and stuff like that. So let's just talk about this. Okay, so first, I want to talk about is the Success Club trip. So we kind of want to just gonna go into that, and many of us on here have been to this on a Success Club trip. The one that's happening this year is going to be a cruise, which this is the third cruise that they've had for a trip. And then next year, we're going back to Punta Cana. And we were there 2 years ago, and it was so much fun. The Hard Rock is amazing. And it really should be put on our radar. And I know right now, all the qualifications to get invited have passed. Like, that was something that you had to do in 2018. But the one thing that we just kind of really wanted to stress was two things. Like, even though the invite for the 2021 has already been passed for the invite, there's still chances that you could get on the wait list. And then, all the work that you're putting through right now of helping all the people, getting them connected with their challenge packs and those points can help pay for that room. But really, it is something that definitely should be put on your goal board or your vision board or whatever it is, because it is really such a fun time. It's so different from Summit because this was really just a fun vacation, you know what I mean? And it's fun, like, to be and go do all that stuff, and then to have it mostly paid, you have that earned paid trip. So really stressing on that Success Club. And I know that Success Club is not all end all be all of like helping people and getting people giving them the solution for what their problem is. And it's not always just a challenge pack, but in reality, it's a really good measure, really good goal to go for, you know what I mean? Because they're getting everything, you know what I mean? They're getting their Beachbody On Demand, they're getting their Shakeology or their performance line. Like, so that package is a solution to their problem, because more than anything, probably 95% of the time, they're not getting all the nutrition that they need. You know what I mean? They're not getting all the workouts. So this combined package will get them that. And so you're giving them the solution. You're giving them like a turnkey solution for them to go and do it. And then the other, you're getting your points that earn you for so many things in the long run. For the Success Club trip, you know what I mean? Not this year, but next year for 2001, you'll be earning the points to get that invite for the 2001. And I know it seems far off, but there's so many other things with Success Club that you'll be getting in the meantime. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to Summit, we'll talk about Summit, and any of the girls that have been to Summit already I think everybody on here has been to Summit multiple times. They can talk about it, share with Vicky or whoever watches the replay of this, and how much fun Summit is and how the vibe that you get and when you're leaving there and stuff like that. But there's lots of different parties and stuff that you can invite to. And it's not so much just going to the party, because we could always create our own parties, right? But it is the sense of satisfaction, and it does give you like such a great confidence booster knowing that you helped all these people and you get a reward from it. It's like an extra reward on top of the financial reward. You get a reward. They treat you, they have these parties, you get drink tickets. And it's just nice to be like, I got that. You know what I mean? Like, I worked so hard and I got recognized for that. And your hard work is what? Helping other people. So, you know, Success Club, like I said, everybody fights about, like, it shouldn't all be about Success Club. But the thing is, when you think about what does Success Club represent, it represents a package solution, a key turn solution for somebody that needs it, right? So it's just a way to set that goal. And, you know, if you hit, you know, going for 5 people a month and getting that 10 gives you so much, and gives the people that. So the Success Club trip. Now, the thing that I thought was really cool is, normally, like you said, like right now, if you didn't hit any of the qualifications for 2018, you had to hit those things for 2018 to get the invite for the 2020. So it's like so far off, right? Like, it's so hard to like think that far ahead and put that goal, because now you're working in 2019 to get the invite for 2021. Yes, for us right now, it is such a long thing. But what they've done, if you didn't see that on Super Saturday, if you didn't go to Super Saturday, what I thought was really, really awesome and a great promotional tool to talk to people who are going to be interested of joining this as the business side, is that they're reserving 100 seats. 100 rooms at the Hard Rock, just for coaches that sign up in 2019, that work the business, you know what I mean, that earn those Success Club points, that put that solution in people's hands so that they can get an invite to go to the Success Club trip in Punta Cana for 2020, which they, you know what I mean, like I said before, it was like, you couldn't really promote that, you know what I mean? And again, this is not going to be for the people that are coming in they're going to be enticed by this, by people who are coming in for the discount. But you know, we want more business builders, right? You know, for all of us on here that have some really heavy goals. We want business builders. We want to, like Shannon said, we want to find other people that want this as bad as us. And if they do, and they stick to their vitals, they can earn a room for the next Success Club trip. And it's just such an honor to be invited, because you know that you worked really hard for that. So I want you guys to really think about, like, who can you talk to that, like, that would be a very great incentive, you know, to say, hey, come here. Guess what? They're going to do this. And if you join now and you join our team, we have all these systems in place to help you get there. And if you do the work, you can qualify for a free trip. You know what I mean? Or a trip that, you know, that gets paid for or whatever. So I think that was such a really good, because we used to be able to, I don't know, Daphne, remember, and Robin, way back in the beginning when they first did Success Club, it didn't take a whole year to qualify for that. You know what I mean? That was like a really great, like, selling point way back in the beginning, because like, hey, sign up right now and you can go to the next Success Club trip, you know, like the next one or whatever. And that kind of went away. So it was kind of hard, not hard, but it was like one perk that we couldn't offer to somebody on the fence. And now they're bringing that back, which I was like so super excited, because I know a lot of people that I had signed up, like that was, you know, showing the pictures and, you know, all the fun that we had. And now we have many years that we've, you know, me and Daphne have been on a boat together, and me and Shannon went swimming with sharks, you know what I mean? Like, we've had some really fun times at these places. And then, so it's like, I think it's you know, for some people, that's going to be a great, I know Carrie, you told me that was one of your things that was a really good incentive for you, was seeing us going on all these trips, you know? So that's probably going to be a lot of your people, like, hey, we get to go on these really cool trips. We have to help people first, and then we get to go on a really cool trip on the beach somewhere. So I think that's so when you're talking about it, you know, inviting people, when you're doing your one-on-ones and inviting people, I think that's something, don't forget to mention that is something that can happen. So that's just another group thing that we do, right? So the other thing that I wanted to go into talking to is, I don't know, did I leave anything out, you guys? Carrie, Hannah, Daphne, anything on the Success Club trip? Am I missing it on that one? I'm looking at my notes right now. So, okay, so let's talk about Summit, because right now Summit is on sale. And again, I don't know, like, does anybody else that's been to Summit want to talk about, like, how fun it was, how many summits you've been to, like, just kind of give a little insight about what your, you know, big takeaways, why everybody should, like, get there, especially right now with the prices being low?
Well, I can say something real quick.
Perfect.
I know that my first summit, it was my first look at Carl and his wife and Darren, like all the people behind and the CEO. Like, and just to hear them talk about, like Isabel, like hearing her talk at my first summit was like, wow, she's like dedicated. This is like her baby. Like, this is legit. Like, it just instilled a greater belief seeing them in person and hearing them talk about it and seeing their passion. And so, I don't know. I feel like Carl does so much with the coaches now than he used to, but
yeah,
that was one thing that just really, really stood out is like, and then also just seeing the people that cross the stage and have just tremendous amounts of success and seeing that they're all different sizes, everybody is so different and there's not one type of person that can be successful. That was huge too. So those are my top things that I would say. It's just amazing to go there and to experience that. And if you've been to a Super Saturday, it's like that times 100,000, like a lot. But
yeah. Well, and I think too that, when you go to Summit, you realize how big this really, look, there's a baby. Sorry. Sorry, but at least there's pants on it. You realize how big this movement really is. I think sometimes you don't realize that exactly happening. I was like, I sent that message and I'm like, that sounded really bad. I should probably preface that. I digress. Sometimes sitting at home in front of your computer, you don't realize how big the movement is. And when you're sitting in that stadium with all of the coaches, and Beachbody does not mess around, you guys. I mean, like, these are full-fledged just shows. Like, it's amazing what they put on. And I don't think I'll ever forget my very first summit, sitting in the stadium, sweating my balls off, drinking beer in Nashville. That's not what I'll never forget. But watching the Beachbody, the challenge participants and the finalists, and watching their videos like in this stadium and seeing the lives that have been changed, and just like being in that stadium, bawling my guts out with like all these other coaches, because you're so incredibly moved by the lives that have been changed. Like, I don't think you'll ever feel so pumped up about what you do as you do in that moment, because it really reminds you why you're doing this, like what you're doing this for. And I just remember, like, it may have been last year's, but it was a mom who couldn't get on the roller coaster with her son. I don't know if you guys remember that one. And her goal was just, I have to be able to go on a ride with my son. Like, I physically cannot fit in this roller coaster. And watching her go through her journey and then being able to get on that ride with her son, oh my God, it was a mess. I was bawling my guts out. And one of my coaches went for the first time last year, and you guys know Colleen. She's gonna be like, I can't believe you talked about me. Shut your pie hole. But Colleen, she's like super funny and sassy, and just like seeing her moved and just bawling her guts out next to me, because she was realizing, like, God, this is so much bigger, So I think you come home and you really realize what you're a part of, and it like re-energizes you, to just like keep fighting the good fight, I think, So that's why I want my coaches there, because I just want you guys to see that and feel it for yourself. And that's it. I'm done.
My biggest takeaway, I didn't go last year, and I kick myself for not going your first year, Shannon, because I lived 45 minutes from Nashville. Like, I had no excuse. But I went to the New Orleans one, and my biggest takeaway was Shannon doesn't mess around with time. Like, and it was a great summit, but it was like she was like balls to the wall doing stuff, and I was like, oh my God, I just want to sleep. And I remember one morning, I think we'd stayed up late, or we had drank a lot the night before, I think, first night, and then you were like, come on, it's 5 a.m. We're going to go work out. And I was like, oh my God. And then it was like nonstop till 9 o'clock because we had like opening ceremonies. And so I will have my party pants on this time.
Anybody else want to talk about? Yeah, Robin.
So I think you've covered the classes, you've covered the validity and the passion of corporate. I think it's amazing when coaches actually see and work out with the trainers. It's like once you see and you're in that group and you feel the passion of the workout live, when you go back and push play on Beachbody on Demand, it's a new experience altogether. It's like you feel closeness and oneness with that for the trainer. So it's just, it is life-changing. It will definitely change anybody's business. And all new coaches need to be there, period, for the fascinating.
Yeah, definitely. Daphne, what about you? You've been to a few summits.
Sorry, it's like super loud in my house and everything. So, experiences from workshops to leadership trainings to Beachbody Classic to the different success parties that they have. Coming home from Summit, I think that not 2 summits ago when Hannah and I shared a room, I literally was nonstop. Like I was hospitalized the next day when I came home. But that's how awesome it was. I mean, I had some health issues going on too, but I was just, it's one of those, kind of like when you're pregnant and they tell you to get lots of rest because when you have the baby, you don't sleep. Like seriously get lots of rest before Summit because it's amazing what Beachbody puts into it. From like, I think Shannon was explaining, they're like just huge shows. You know, the opening ceremonies, the closing events, the Beachbody champions. So we've had a couple of one of the winners speak at our Super Saturday, and then at this last Super Sunday, we had one of the runners up. So the guy won and she didn't win. Obviously she won. She got like 30 grand still, and even her transformation is amazing. But just, I think Hannah was saying too, like when you see these people on social media or in the company, but then you meet them and they're just real people and you're like, oh my gosh, you're like my sister or my mom or my best friend. And it just, when it all comes together, because sometimes there's that, it's not real. We sit behind a computer all day long and you meet these people and you just have this vision of, who they are or whatever. So, it's just been awesome. Summit's awesome. So go.
And definitely, I agree with Daphne. It is go. And I've heard a lot of coaches come home and be like exhausted, because it's fast and it's jam-packed, but there's lots of information that they, and it's just amazing if you think about with our company. Like all these successful coaches, they're all their own CEOs. They're all their own people, but they get on stage and they share their best practices, how they're starting onboarding, so it's really, really great for especially brand new coaches to really hear what they're doing and they're sharing. And then now they started doing it with, if you're been in the business a little bit longer and you're a leader, they have now started to give even training for that. So you get a little bit higher level training. And then, all the guest speakers. I mean, you guys, Rachel Hollis is going to be there. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I actually found out that, I don't know if it's sold out yet, but I thought that she's doing another one of her Rise things or whatever in July in Dallas. And I was like, I was going to go across the ocean for my 40th. Maybe I'll just go see Rachel Hollis. I mean, that to me, it's really cool, right? And we get her, she's going to be part of it, and she's, it's going to be amazing. So it is awesome. And I think right now, if you haven't, there's been so many amazing stories I've heard. I've heard Dara even talk about some of her coaches did yard sales, you know what I mean? So that they could get the money for the hotels, and you team up with people, find out who's going. We have a thread going right now of all the people that are going. It is something you want to go to, your first experience, the super workout when there's you shut down the street to do the workout. It's just really a great time. And the thing about it is, when you work in your business, I know everybody here has some major, huge goals. One of the coolest things is to get recognized when you're hitting those all-stars, those rank advancements, stuff like that. I know for myself, I have a goal that I don't want to be an 8-star. Like, I need to be by Summit. I want to be at least a 9 or a 10-star. I don't want to go back again at 8 stars. So that's one of my goals, you know what I mean, that I don't want to do that one more year, you know. So just to get you guys, you know, if you need to know this date, write this down, you know, what you guys should watch the replay. So if you want to be, and so it's diamond and above that you usually get recognized. You get to go on, walk across the stage, you get different things, you get invited to parties and stuff like that. So if you want to be recognized as a diamond coach for Summit, by Summit, you need to wake up on June 6th as a diamond coach. Okay, and you'll be recognized at Summit as a diamond coach. Now, if you're shooting for a star diamond, 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, you need to start your qualification for that April 25th. So on April 25th, you need to wake up as whatever star diamond that you want if you want to be recognized at Summit for that. So those are really good. I mean, there's a lot that can happen between now and April 25th. It can totally work. It can possible if we get to the basics and get to the things that we need to do, our vital behaviors, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So that's the whole thing about Summit. And like for me, I've been to Summit from, yes, Daphne, not me. We're not just making a deal that we're going to be at Summit in a different rank than we are today. You know, like make it, whether you've been there yesterday, nobody was there yesterday. If you were there last year or not, that we are making a goal for us to work together and come together and share and get on the calls and get on the new coach calls that we have that Shannon and Daphne are doing. You know, hit your emeralds so you can get in the diamond so that we can, you know, make a pact between all of us that we're going to go to Summit at a different rank that we are on January 15th, right? Everybody, like, I want to push for this. And I was going to say something else and I totally went squirrel because I saw Daphne's comment and just went, woo. So yeah, so those are the dates to qualify for Summit. I was going to say, like, my biggest takeaway, I've been going to Summit. My very first Summit was in 2010. And I've only missed 2 of those, and that I just had and last year. So every year, you would think that every year we would get, you know, like repetitive or, you know, wouldn't be so excited. And every year I come back and I am way, way, way excited. And not only just my very first Summit, like Hannah said, you know, like to see, because like especially back then, didn't have quarterly meetings, so it was like you had this impression that everybody was like with a 6-pack and fit, you know, and I wasn't there quite yet, you know. So going to that first event, it was everybody walk of life, and you mean from, you know, very conservative to very crazy rock star, you know what I mean? From very thin to people that had just started on their journey. So it was really nice to just know that it was just a mix of people with the same mission, you know what I mean? And everybody is pretty much happy, you know what I mean? Like, it's just such a great vibe. And then also too, getting to hang out. For me, one of my big things is getting to hang out with the team. You know, like I talk on the phone, not the phone, you know, Zooms, like that, but it's, you finally get to see that person that you've been working with or talking with. It's like amazing to get to hang out. And of course we always have cocktails because that's what we do. But I have my water. See, I have my water today. Water.
But I only drink water. I don't have cocktails, but
I'm going for top coach, so I'm doing vodka and water now.
There you go. Well, the only reason there's no alcohol in this is because I was rushing to get to this call. But no, it is just so fun, and I only miss it on very crazy occasions, like my daughter was born 2 weeks before, or last year with my mom gone, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's something that's always been like a necessary, we have to go and do this, you know, because it's so much fun and the vibe and the energy, and there's so many takeaways that you get to go home with, and it's in the middle of the year, so it kind of like ignites your passion. Like Shannon said, you know, you see you remember the passion, and the production is amazing. And we finally have a new top coach, so I'm really excited to see what the production is going to be for Ashley Molstead, because we could just imagine it's going to be fun. So get to there, get your tickets. And the thing about it too, you guys, it's on sale right now. Okay. If you guys didn't see it, I don't know if you missed it or not, but Jericho has a new workout coming out, which I'm very excited about. I knew it. I told Shannon it was going to be Jericho. I knew it was going to be Jericho because I've been watching her, and I love her. I have total girl crush on Jericho. So she has her new workout that's coming out with the Wake Up 100 something. It's a cool workout. It's named something with 100 and Wake Up with her. So 100 days of working out with her, you know, have a DJ. It's going to be fun. But you get your summit ticket and you have somebody refer you when they get their summit ticket. So you get your coach and say, hey, buy your ticket, put me down. You get to go work out with her live at Summit to try out the new workout. So it's like, so that's one incentive. Not biggest incentive is the great takeaways you're going to get from the second. You get to work out live with the trainers. You have a chance to work out with the brand new workout with Jericho. The other incentive, and this is going to kind of segue into Team Cup, is that if you do buy your ticket before the end of February, you get 2 points for your Team Cup challenge. I haven't clarified. I asked, but I'm not sure. I'm like, what if you already bought your summit ticket? Like, do you automatically get 2 points? You know what I mean? Or is it just anybody that purchases in February get 2 points? I'm not sure. I asked Sydney, and I haven't heard anything yet back from her, or asked my mastermind group. So I'm still waiting to hear that. But regardless, if you haven't bought it, you definitely get your 2 points. That's another incentive for Summit. So what I want to talk about was Team Cup. So if you guys don't know, we'll just recap Team Cup. There's 5 coaches on a team, and you guys basically work together. It's going to be your little mastermind group, your mastermind group, your accountability group. You guys work together, and basically this is like a little competition, and there's like some really cool prizes. I want the cutting board. Like, I wasn't really that excited about it, but then I saw the cutting board, and I was like, I want the Fixate cutting board because that looks really cool. And then I'm like, that cutie's got registered. Yeah. See, I need to get that. So just to recap, go Daphne. I already got registered. 5 coaches on your team. Limit to only 2 lifetime star, 2 diamond coaches on there. You basically work together for the month of February to kick butt, to get as many people to join you and it goes off Success Club points. So every Success Club point you earn, you get a point. If you move up in rank or one of your personally sponsored coaches move up in rank, you get 3 points. And if you register for Summit, you get 2 points. And then they have a whole tier of different things. So there's like a hoodie, the cutting board, the hoodie, a pop-up tent. Yes. Okay. And then, then you get top coach, like the team that wins the most, that gets the most points, the top team gets to get flown out to California, get to hang out with Carl, get pampered, get to work out. I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be the Jericho workout. You know what I mean? Like, you get to have a lot of fun. So it's just, it's fun prizes, but basically it's just to push yourself a little bit more than you would normally push yourself. Get yourself in a group, and work and get as many points as you possibly can so that you can get these different prizes, help as many people. And it really, once you get on there, Morning Meltdown. Thank you. I just saw that somebody said Morning Meltdown. Morning Meltdown. When you get on there, a lot of people, there's been so many different statistics. If you do it, a lot of people have moved up in rank after that because of all the work they put in February. Then the residual after that, right? Like in March and April, which if we're going for these star diamonds is going to be what we want, you know what I mean? The momentum starts going. You just show yourself the confidence that you're going to find in yourself by pushing yourself just a little bit more because you're working with the team and that little competitive zone can be really awesome. So definitely get with your upline, make a post on the Team Motivate page, to get your team who you're going to join with. Like I said, and the Summit goes with that. It gives you points. See, that's what I wanted to talk about. and get on there. So I think, did I miss anything? I wanted to talk about what, some of the stuff that like Ashley Molstead talked about. If you saw the National Wake Up Call, which is basically what she was saying, kind of tell you guys what my new Kinko's, the Hansen house is going to be happening soon at my house, because I don't like to go out of my house. So I'm making my house Kinko's. Anyways, so I'll show you what I'm doing with that and my ideas about that, what's going on. So anybody have any other questions before we go into like the Success Club system stuff? Talking about that, what we're planning, what's going on with the Diamond internship and all that stuff? No. All right. Okay. So as we all know, they rolled this out a couple weeks ago. We've been testing it. I've had a group testing the Success Club system. I'm not going to say it, the new Success Club system daily business activity tracker. Nobody has to do a shot or 10 push-ups, because I didn't say the bat. Anyway, so is everybody on here? Is anybody on here not seeing the new bat? Amy, have you seen the new bat? Yeah, okay, so everybody's on here. If you're watching the recording, this is the new bat. So basically, it goes down to the vital behaviors. Now, when we were at Super Saturday, we got, because Ashley's from our hood. She's from our neck of the woods here in Arizona.
Actually, she's from Oregon.
Oh, but she lives here now.
Snowbird.
Oh, yeah, I did know that. But anyways, she was at my Super Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And really, like, between her and Emily, I'm not going to brutalize her last name, really what they talked about and the heart of everything was just the vital behaviors. You know what I mean? Like, there was no secret sauce. Like she said that, she goes, so many coaches, they get on these, not the team calls, but like get in all the trainings and all this, because we're all, and I'm a victim of this too. Not saying, saying other people are, but that I'm sitting there like wanting that secret thing that they're doing. Like, what are they doing on Instagram? How are they doing this? How are they doing this? And I know that with Ashley Molstead, they talked about, yes, she got like a big push when her stuff got shared from Ashton Kutcher like so many years ago, whatever. But you know what? It's her sticking to her vital behaviors. Sticking to her vital behaviors, because like, hold on. When I always say this, and I tell people this all the time when they say that they didn't have a following or they don't follow you. I remember I was there when Chili from TLC signed up to be a coach. It was at a leadership, maybe 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah, it's 6.
It was 6? Yeah, he thinks it was 6. Anyway, they had her on stage. She went in there. She became this new coach. Whatever. That's Chili from the TLC, right? How many people follow her? Yes, you can have this back. Just to let you know, his dad is in the kitchen with him. He came all the way over here to ask for this. Anyways, so, and not many people knew that she was a coach. She didn't do anything with the business. Just because you have a huge following does not mean that you're going to do anything with this business. Like she says, her and Emily, they stuck to the vital behaviors. They didn't do anything crazy. They didn't have assistants all over the place. And this is number 1 and number 3 in the business. You know what I mean? Like Emily says, she's still the one that is checking her messages. She has her husband that helps her do the shout out images and stuff like that, but she is the one checking on her people, doing the comments, sending the messages, making the connections. You know what I mean? Ashley said the same thing. Yeah, she has somebody clean her house and she ordered dinner service or whatever, but she was the one that was doing the workout, messaging people, getting, building her network, creating her brand, finding her own voice and learning who she was. But it all comes down to sticking to the vital behaviors. And with this new bat, I love the way that it's laid out. And you guys probably all heard Carl talking about print out 52 of them and, do it. They didn't want to print out 52 of them. So I bought a laminator. Yes, I bought one. And I laminated it. So now I just use my little shirt, my little dry thing. And so every week I'm going to erase it. For me, it's like, I keep track of my people and I'm not going to put names. So for me, it was just better that way. So what I'm doing, and also too, in hopes that I'm going to be doing is not only did I buy the laminator, I bought one of those coil binder thingies. Shut up, Shannon. I did. I bought a different one. I took that one. You told me it was not good, so I sent it back. Well, not sent it back, but I canceled it and I got the more expensive one. Anyways, so what my plan is that I feel like this is such a good thing to send to new coaches. You know what I mean? And I'm going to create this for the ladies that are in my diamond internship. I'm going to have them, try it out first. And so, because really it is being consistent. Really the first and foremost to be successful is being consistent and doing the vital behaviors. The vital behaviors being proof that the product works, right? And being proof that the product works, what does that mean? That means you better be doing your workout. You picked your program and you've committed to your program. You're starting and you're finishing it. Like, you can't do this willy-nilly thing. Like, it doesn't work. It's not going to be helpful for you, right? And drinking your Shakeology. And if you're doing the performance line, add that in. You have to be doing one or the other. Like, if you have big goals and you want people to know that this stuff works and then you want credibility, you gotta do something. You have to be drinking your shake. You have to be drinking your Energize, your beach bars, whatever. You gotta commit to that. And that's the very first one. But also, too, being proof that the product works, you have to tell people, right? Like, you have to share with your Instagram stories, with your page, with your friends. Like, you have to tell people what you're doing. So and that comes down to the second of the vital behaviors, of the connect, invite, and follow. Everything on there tells you what you got to do. Like, make sure you're initiating your connections and you're getting new followers, however you're doing that. Whether you're doing the 5-3-1, if you're using STEM Social, like, you need to be somehow creating, adding new followers and connecting with them. Like, saying, hey, thanks for following me. That's awesome. Social media posts, so that's the part of like showing people what you're doing, and then your stories, and it lays it all out. Like, and if you follow number 1 and you follow number 3, that's what they're doing. If you see what they're doing, they're sharing their story, they're finding their voice and figuring out who they are. You have to be authentic. You can't just go and like do everything that Ashley Molson's doing, right? You're not going to follow her, but whatever it is that is you know what I mean? If you're a grandma and you're taking care of your kids, if you're a mom of a little girl, if you're a mom of, boys, if you're a military mom, like, you're buying a new house, so you have to talk about that. You know what I mean? Stuff that's going to relate to people. You have to find out who you want to relate to and who you want to talk to, because you can't talk to everybody. You have to make sure you're finding those people in the right place, not just, just a random place where you're just adding all these people. That's not going to be your avatar. That's not going to be the person that's going to relate to you and understand your story. So, and by, doing more of your stories and sharing what you're doing and sharing what you're going in, and I'm adding that stuff to myself too. Then, responding to all the likes and comments and views. Like, go up there. I was talking to Keyshawn, and she kind of gave me, she's like, if somebody has watched your story, like 3 of them in a row, go send them a message, right? Like, if they've been if they saw 3, like they saw it, you know what I mean? Go send them a message. Hey, thanks for following me. You know what I mean? Like, do you want to join? Like, all they're going to do is say no, but initiate those conversations. If they're following you, especially if you like, sometimes I talk too much. Sometimes. And, and then I'm like, oh my God, that person watched all 10 of my, why? And I haven't been, initiate that conversation. So, responding to them and stuff like that, and inviting people. You have to make a point to inviting people every day, right? And then the third vital behavior, getting people results. Like, I don't even understand why that was never a vital behavior in the beginning. Like, that's kind of funny, right? Like, isn't that our job? Like, and we just put that in there, but it's because I think it was like, we thought we just knew. Anyways, so, making sure you're spending time, that's your part of vital behaviors. Checking on your challengers, checking on your coaches, sending them a message, not just relying on your group. You need to go out and like really do the work and letting them know that you're there. And then, of course, your personal development. So those all we have to do. What we have to do is simple. We just have to do them, right? So, like I said, and then one of the things, like Shannon mentioned, wanted me to remind, is we all, like I said, we skipped the workout because we wanted margaritas instead. But one of the things that we talked about, you guys, this is my 10th year. In August will be 10 years that I've been in here. You know what I mean? Dara, she was a 15 star, and Emma had been, his a lifetime 10. One of the things that all of us were like talking like, why do we stop doing these vital behaviors, that the things that got us there? You know what I mean? So we all need to get there. And I mean, from the number 1 person in the network to, the people that are around you right now, It's very simple. And if you want to see success in this business, if you want to move this forward, because you have these huge goals that you want to hit, whether it's to pay off debt or recognize at Summit, whatever, you have to stick to these vital behaviors. We're telling you what to do. So print it out. Whoever works with you, like Shannon, you printed out all 52, right? Because that works for you. For her, that's what she works, so you have to work what's going to work for you. I didn't want to do 52. And so like, that's my goal. My plan is like, I'm going to do that. And I'm also too, if you're really serious about moving your business, there's all these different trackers. There's the team builder qualification tracker, the team leader qualification tracker, and the elite and premier goal guide. When you're sitting there and you follow them, you can really understand what you need to do, what your legs need to do, where you need to place people, you know what I mean? Because you have certain goals. Because you have to remember, and I know we've talked about this so many times, no, you go for rank, no, you go for bank, what is better? How are you going to make the money? Well, in all reality, you need to find people that want to be as successful in this business as you, because you need the volume to earn the income, right? But you also need those runners who, so that want as much as you to make the money, to make the income, to make your life a little bit easier. You need to find the other ones. So you need to have rank as well, because if they're moving up in rank, they are adding people, and those people are adding volume. So it really goes hand in hand. So like, if you are sitting there thinking, okay, I want to be making $1,000 a week, I want to be making $2,000 a week, like you start getting into the 6-figure incomes that you want, because you feel like that would make your life just a little bit easier financially, which will relieve some stress. You have to stop thinking that diamond is going to get you there, and that you need to have people on your organization that want it as much as you. So you really need to be gunning and aiming for 2 and 5 star. You know what I mean? It's because if you have those runners with you that are running with you, that are moving their business and moving up in rank as well, that means you're building the volume, and that volume is what's going to be building your income, your weekly income. So if you're bringing people on and you're talking to people as you're bringing people on, or you're talking to yourself about whatever your goal is, and income is one of your big goals, which I think everybody wants more money, because not that it's everything, but it's really nice to be able to pay your light bill or your water bill without freaking out because you can't pay your cable bill. You know what I mean? You have to be having that goal of moving your business rank-wise so that you can have that volume, so that you can get that income that's going to make life just a little bit easier. And it's not just about the numbers. It's about other people wanting to work as hard as you want it, and want it as hard as you want it as much as you want it. Does that make sense? Just anybody else want to add anything to that? Shannon or Robin or Hannah, Daphne? Vital behaviors. Daphne, do you remember when like the vital behaviors was like 15 things? I don't know if she's still there. I remember, you guys, when I first started, there was like this sheet. It was like small print, and it was all down here. It was like 15 vital behaviors. So, I mean, we're getting very smarter on our vital behaviors. So anybody have any questions? You want to talk about this? You want me to laminate your bat? I got a sexy laminator now.
So I do want to say something about Teresa in the laminating. You guys, laminating it, first off, Teresa just wants to buy something. Second off, laminating is great if you have another tracking system. If you are not using another tracking system, you need to print them out so that you're tracking everybody that you talk to, okay? So Teresa uses My Connection Builder, which allows her to keep everybody she talks to in a database, which is perfect. So if you're using something like that, that's totally fine. If not, make sure you're writing it down day by day. So I'm still trying to figure out my best way to track things online. I go back and forth between doing it on the computer and doing it on paper. I went ahead and I also got it spiral bound, but I printed all 52, okay? And the thing that I like about having all 52 is instead of having to look in a computer database, if I'm wondering like, what did I do last week and who did I talk to? I'm actually taking notes on the back. So like I'm crossing everything off, but then I'm like writing people's names down and stuff on the back. I don't know if you can see that with the lighting, but the nice thing is I can be like, oh, who did I talk to last week? And I can literally just go, oh, I talked to all these people last week. And like, it's right there in front of me. So what I'm kind of stressing to my girls is just make sure, I don't care how you're writing it down or where you're putting it, just make sure you're putting it somewhere, because I went back through my Facebook Messenger at the end of last year trying to hit some goals, and I couldn't believe how many people I missed that could have very easily been challenge pack sales. The other thing is, Teresa, are you going to put the like team leader qualification things in there for him too? Okay, perfect.
So what my idea for like this new coach little welcome package, and it's not going to be, and like not every coach is going to get it, right? You know what I mean? Like it's going to be like people that sign up that when we have the Get Started Right call and they're ready to do it. So my idea, and again, I'm still trying to work on it. The ladies that are in the Diamond internship will be getting it. So the very first page, the back part would be laminated, but I would still put the business activity tracker, like the thing where they can write down their people's names on there, because my thought process on this is that they would use that to start their list, right? You know, because we want them to start talking before they start figuring out their brand and blah 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 blah. Like the first thing is for them to talk to the people that their warm market, their friends, their sisters, and all that. It's really close as long as they tried all systems, but the one that still works for them is a good old pen and paper. Yeah, for me, like, and I'm pretty sure all of them, like, they can do pen and paper. I can't do pen and paper. Have you seen my handwriting? Like, it's horrible. So, and I'm also too, I come from a very techie background. So that I should have, you know, say that in the first, I mean, that's what I did before I was a Beachbody coach. I created CRMs. So like for me, it's like second nature, but I was still going to put the paper form in that spiral thing so they can, you know, write down their first people that they're going to talk to, and then all the trackers in there so they can start, once they get to that point, you know what I mean, they need to go through this list first. You know what I mean? And hit to emeralds before we start even doing any of the other tracking. So that was my thought. I'm like, you know, just like this little small binder. I don't know what else to put in there, just so they have their bat and they can mark it off. Because I just feel, I don't know, maybe I'm funny on this, but I feel like if you have like a brand new coach that signs up and you give them this thing of 52 papers, I'm afraid that would just make them like, you know what I mean? Kind of like too much. Well, members is one, pretty cool, and like, you know, they can mark it off. But that, again, I'm still testing. I don't even know. My coral coil thing doesn't come till like, you know, the 17th, Amazon said. So I'll let you know.
I would say the only thing with laminating, and I've thought about this since you said, because I have a laminator and I love to laminate. I send people like that buy the 21-day fix or whatever. I used to laminate the tracker, a little sheet, tally sheet, send it to them. I love laminating. But anyways, the only thing is like, if you don't take a snapshot of the tracker after you fill it out before you dry erase it, I mean, you write the names down, you can go back and look at the names, but I feel like it's a great way to actually like visually see, oh, well, this is why I was super successful this month, because I literally hit all these check marks. Mm-hmm. Whereas, you know, if you just have a bunch of, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe you look at it and be like, oh, well, I didn't do personal development, and that's why I was struggling with the mindset, or, you know, so I was kind of having that thought process, but yeah.
No, something else to think about too is like maybe doing the first quarter of the year. So it's not 52, maybe you do the first quarter, but that may be a good tool for us if they do have all of them and they are wondering what's going on. It kind of gives us something to reflect back in. Like I know, like for competing, my coach has like this food tracker. Gracie, she's turning off all the lights. She's got this like food tracker, and it's like, how did you feel? You know, da 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 da. And if we want a one-on-one and we're wondering why something's not working, she's like, you have to bring that in. Yeah. Because I have to be able to tell you what you're not doing. You know what I mean? Or I have to know. So that may be a good tool for us to be able to help them be able to see a few weeks, you know, just something to think about too.
No, there's also the option is if you're asking for people to send it into you, then you have a picture of it before they dry erase it. But I just know for me, I like to paper. I like seeing the paper. I don't want to search through my photos or my whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not that organized.
Yeah, no, and I now that you guys brought that up, that's a really good point. How do we, I've been doing this for a month, T, you know what I mean? Why am I not seeing this? But then, so that's something that definitely a really, really, really good point. So definitely keep that. I just know for myself, like me personally, that's just so many papers all over. If you guys can't see down here. There's, you know what I mean? Like I just got all over the place. So, I mean, it's maybe not for the very beginning, but at least, it's, for me, it was really good, but that's a really good point. How are we going to know what they're doing? You know what I mean? Helping our new coaches and stuff like that. But I have a laminator now, so it's pretty cool.
Tell me about this coil thing. Just kidding.
It's these thingies, you know what I mean? So
I need one of those.
Amazon, so I got the good one. Shannon's like, those don't even work very well, and I went to go look, and I saw it was like the plastic ones. Yeah. And you should see, I have like, oh my god, you guys, you see, I have like so many of these notebooks. Like seriously, I have so many of these things. Like I take notes everywhere. I'm like, I don't know. I was like, if I have to print out 2 of those, oh my god.
Yeah.
It's driving me insane. So anyway, so really get down, like, end all it. If you watched all of this craziness, you guys stayed on here. Really, if you want your business to move, you have to be shooting for the stars. Like, you cannot be thinking that you're going to hit diamond and you're going to be making the income that you want to have this, sustainable income, and to pay your bills and have fun and go on vacations and put for savings and invest in other things. You know what I mean? Like, that's one thing too. It's like, once you start making other money, there's that 7 streams of income that everybody's talking about. You start investing in other things so that, you know what I mean? You really get the income. You really create a legacy for yourself and your family and stuff like that. You're not going to do that at Diamond. It's just not going to happen. There's just no way. And even if you do have all that volume, like all of a sudden you have tons of volume going out underneath you, guess what? You cap out. So you can't even get there. You know what I mean? So like, you have to be, having your goal set, your mindset on having 2 more leaders on your team, having 4 leaders on your team. You get those leaders on your team that they're going to be bringing on leaders on their team. You know what I mean? Like that you're not just a diamond, that you're a solid diamond. Like, okay, so your goal is to be diamond, but you don't want just like 4 coaches and 2 emeralds. Like you're going to want like, 10 coaches, 12 coaches, and 4 emeralds, because that's going to create the solid diamonds. You're not coming in and out. Have you seen the dog back there?
I was just going to say, T, your dog he's like back there rubbing his back all over the ground.
You just never know what's going to happen. Anyways, so it's like you have to have that. If the income, it is not bad to be income driven. That's the very thing. Like, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with wanting to make more money so that you can have a more fulfilling life to do things that you want to do. Because if you didn't know, everything costs money. You know what I mean? Like, you got to pay your bills. You got to eat your food. You know what I mean? Like, you got to, if you're going to start doing that celery thing, like, you have to buy like 15 pounds of celery. Like, and now you got to get organic, apparently, because it's a dirty dozen. So, like, if you need to have this income. By the way, I'm gonna try to do a challenge. I'm gonna see if that really does anything for your tummies.
Did anyone just toss in the towel and order that bag that Autumn did? Mine should be here soon. The glutamine.
The what? Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. I was like, I can't go to the store and buy celery every day. And then organic.
You know what? I don't buy organic all the time. You can really buy either or. I don't know about Arizona, but the celery, it's more than just your gut. Like it's thyroid, adrenal fatigue, like, and I personally just even a week I noticed a difference. The celery. I also have glutamine powder. Okay. My naturopath, actually, because my littlest was getting he had some gut stuff, he was getting a rash, and he suggested glutamine for him and omega-3s and something else, probiotics. But glutamine for him. But anyway, I've noticed a huge difference in the celery.
I was thinking about doing something like that because you can do it in the blender too. I was seeing Ashley Molson said she could do
My
it.
sister does that in the blender.
I was like, that'd be kind of a really cool, I don't know, if do like a free group or just do like a in your own challenge groups. Like, hey, you guys, everybody's talking about it. Before we actually start saying it's good, how about we do like a 7-day celery juice challenge? You know what I mean? That's just another way to engage, provide something. I was thinking about that because I'm like, I gotta do it before I start. You know what I mean? Like I'm like you did. It, try it out for a little bit before you start.
Yeah, I won't talk about anything unless I try it and research it. Yeah, I
thought that'd be a really cool thing, a challenge group idea or a free group idea. You know what I mean? Like just to try it out. But anyways, we digress. But we need the income. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think, what was it, like the other thing that I wanted to talk base, because I know us moms, we have so much on our plate, right? And one of the things that I thought was awesome, what Ashley said, and it took me like a life coach to kind of get over that. So I wanted to bring that up. I was thinking about it. Is that when they ask them if they outsource or they have virtual assistants or anything like that, what she talked about is that she has like people to help things that doesn't bring her joy. You know what I mean? Like, does this bring me joy? No, just kidding. So she had some help with the house cleaning, the laundry, like that stuff. Like, I don't know who that brings joy to, but there are people, you know what I mean? So if you're feeling overwhelmed because you have these big goals, maybe start looking at things that you can outsource. Not so much of your business, you know what I mean? But maybe stuff around the house. Maybe it doesn't have to be a weekly thing or whatever, but, just something that you can get help with, even with the kids. You know what I mean? I know I suck at that, but you know what I mean? Just to help you out, that it's okay. You know what I mean? Like that, because you might have to spend a little extra on that, but in reality, think about the income that you could earn if you had that extra hour or 2 hours to be working on that. There's so much good. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I was. If you guys don't, I think it was on our, it was one of these calls. It was Chelsea's husband, and when he was talking about his goals, that was the one. He was the one that was like I had to reread it like 3 or 4 times because I couldn't tell if it happened already or if that was what his goals were for 2019. But the way that he spoke, you know what I mean, and put that out there, like I had no idea if it had happened or not. You know what I mean? So, I know that was one of their, there's so much income, not just for you, but what you could do for your family. You know what I mean? Like help them to do whatever they need to. So, but if you're going to make that income, you have to find leaders to join your team. You have to be a leader yourself. But you don't have to be a leader right off the bat. That's what we have us in the leaders group. You know what I mean? And you follow us, and then you take your own and you do your thing, and then you bring on your leaders and stuff like that. So, I think that's all. What are we talking? It's already 8:00. We need to go home, y'all. We need to go. Okay, so does anybody have any questions? Like if you're watching the replay and you have not hit Emerald yet and you're looking for some support and some help in getting your business going, you need more help with the I almost did it. Y'all had to take a shot pretty soon with the Success Club System Business Activity Tracker. God, I'm just calling it BAT. I'm sorry, I can't call it anything else. Hannah and Shannon, they have the new coach calls every
Tuesday and Thursday.
Yes, let's do that. Daphne, I award you that job to create up fun meetups because we all know I suck at meeting up things. So Shannon and Hannah. So Hannah was today in the morning. Sorry about that, Hannah. Sorry.
Hannah.
Hers is it was Tuesday mornings. Shannon is Thursday evenings. The information's in Team Motivate. Let us know if you need that information. If you have coaches on your team that you need to, that you would like to get them, because sometimes it's not that we're saying anything different, but sometimes just hearing it from somebody else, it's very helpful. right? So if you have newer coaches and they're trying to get them on these calls. I have started the Diamond internship. We're doing 6 weeks. I probably will be starting another separate Diamond internship in February. That will be a qualification thing. You have to be Emerald and keeping it small. Robin, I did get Eric in there. I talked to him today. We are golden with him. I will talk back with you. I have to send him the recording. Anyways, so we're going to be, there's all this weekly support. We have our monthly calls, but really it comes down to why you want this to work, realizing that the only way it's going to work is if you get your ass and start working. It doesn't matter who's below you, who's above you. It matters who's below you and who you're bringing on. And you're not going to bring anybody else if you're not doing anything, right? You're just sticking to those vital behaviors. Whether you're going to print out 52 or you're going to laminate it or you're going to do it digitally. I have Shannon, your coach, Kim, she's doing it digitally. She sent it to me. You can tell that she's typing up names. Whatever, however it works for you, just use the damn thing, and you can just see that in doing that for consistently for 2-3 months, you're going to see a movement, so that's the end of our call. We will have next month we'll have another one of our team get-togethers, but we get on the weekly calls with somebody or reach out to your upline or me or whatever, something. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Anybody have anything else? All right, ladies, have a good. Oh, you know what? I didn't do a picture. Hold on, picture, and I'll do it so everybody can smile. Okay, ready? Smile. Oh, the lights. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Oh, Carrie, yeah. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3. There you go. All right. Thank you, ladies. Have a good night.